All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Wahal Kodash. I want to say double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe. Preaching it in the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And it's on this article that you see in front of you. All right, because what's happening right now is Esau, he's using these different groups, these different what's the word I want to use? Sedition groups or seditional groups like Black Lives Matter, Antifa, you know, which are all controlled by the so-called white man, chiefly George Soros. Okay, they're controlled and bought and paid for, but nobody ever mentions the fact that this devil is paying these people to go out and protest and to be a seditional problem, you know. But Esau is going to use that to come against us, man. You know, and these are just signs. You know, just watching the news and watching what's going on around us, you see that this devil, he's slowly but surely trying to establish some type of precedence and legislation and criminal legislation to come against the men of the Lord, speaking His word. And so they're going to use things like this. It says Black Lives Matter leader is now on growing list of people Trump has accused of a crime punishable by death, man. And the scriptures say that we going, some of us are going to be martyrs. Let me get that real quick. This is Revelation, Salakia. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And it says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years. And that's the elect, man. So some of us will very well be martyred for the name's sake and for the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And again, looking at what this devil is saying, these things are being used as precedents, man. Okay, you know, he's just saying like, here it is, because what is Black Lives Matter doing? They're trying to plead the cause of so-called black people here in America and the things that happened to Jake here in America. But this devil said that's a crime that's punishable by death, man, in his eyes, man. So how much more when we refuse to take the RFID chip, how much more we refuse to worship this devil, man? He's going to try to use that as precedence to what? To put us summarily to death. And that's okay, man, because there's a great reward that comes behind that, man. You know, there's a great reward that comes behind it. All right? And it says, and they reign with Yahweh Shai for 1,000 years, man. You know? And that's part of the first fruits, you know? So let me go back to this, Matthew chapter 10. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, right? Just like they did Yahweh Shai, the apostles, you know, and they're planning on doing now. Okay? And it says, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for the testimony against them and the Gentiles, right? Just like recently, I know you brothers saw that video with that, I'm not sure if she was a Jake, you know, but she was basically cussing Esau out at the town hall meeting for all their wickedness, man. You know? And so in that day, we're going to be brought in front of people like Trump and these so-called world leaders and these super elite, man. Okay? But when we brought in front of them, let me keep on reading. It says, it's all for a testimony. Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour ye shall speak. For that's kind. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Right. So in that day, we're going to speak to these devils, and we're going to give them the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're going to prophesy. We're going to speak. Just the same thing we're doing now. But in that day, the Lord's going to give us what to say when we brought in front of these people, man. Okay? It says, it's hard to keep track of everyone who has accused everyone else of treason these days. And what we're doing is going to be considered treason. It is considered treason. We're speaking about the downfall of America, the destruction of America, the downfall of the so-called white man, his kingdom, his rulership. Okay? According to Esau, that's treason, man. And that's something we have to get our mind and focus of when we're out doing this work, man. It go beyond just cussing the so-called white man out, man. Eventually, what we're doing is going to be considered against the law, man. And the judgment they're going to bring for it is going to be death, man. But that's okay, man. I'd rather die for Yahweh Shem Shai than die worshiping this fucking man system, man. But it says it's hard to keep track of everyone, and we don't know who's all on this so-called list. But you can best be sure that we're on it. It says it's hard to keep track of everyone who has accused everyone else of treason these days. Added to the list of people President Donald Trump has accused of this serious constitutional crime as a Black Lives Matter leader. Under federal law, treason is punishable by death. You see? Let's examine both the facts and the substantial legal barriers preventing this scenario from occurring. The accusation was naturally levied via tweet, not via indictment. Black Lives Matter leader states, if U.S. doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down this system and replace it, which we're not part of Black Lives Matter. We don't have nothing to do with that. But what we're saying is this place is going to be burnt down by nuclear fire. We're telling you how it's going to happen. And that Yahweh Shem Shai is the one that's bringing it. And not only nuclear fire, but the chariot fire from the chariots of the Most High. They're going to get busy on this place, man. But this dude, the guy that's leading Black Lives Matter, now there's a black dude that's so-called leading Black Lives Matter. What happened to those 3 dyke chicks that started this shit? But now they gave it to this Jake, and he's running around saying these inflammatory statements. And Esau, he don't want to talk to you. Esau, he don't want to dialogue. He said you just need to be put to death. It says if you don't give us what we if U.S. doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down this system and replace it. And the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, is about to burn this place down and replace it, man. Trump tweeted Thursday afternoon, this is treason, sedition, insurrection. Real quick. This is what we got? 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. And actually verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So there's going to come a time, which we're seeing now. You're seeing sedition. Sedition is what? Speech that incites people to go against the power structure. Speech that empowers people to go against the ruling class or the governing class. You know, sedition amongst men, to get in that riotous spirit, man. So this dude said that what that dude from Black Lives Matter doing is sedition and speech, man. That's what he said. It says Trump tweeted Thursday afternoon, this is treason, sedition, insurrection. Black Lives Matter leader states, if the U.S. doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down this system and replace it. This is treason, sedition, insurrection. The Trump tweet on Thursday followed a Fox News Channel interview Wednesday night with Hawk Newsom, the chair of Black Lives Matter in Greater New York. The combative interview at times forced Fox host Martha McCullum to backtrack. Yeah, because that's what these devils do. And these devils always backtracking. You know, he cut her up. He was talking about how Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man and not a white man. And she said, oh, he's Middle Eastern. It revolved around questions of violence, protests, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and even Christian faith. Newsom admitted that at one point, saying, if this country doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down the system and replace it. He said he could be speaking figuratively or literally. Newsom snapped back at McCollum's violence which were aimed at him as extremely hypocritical given the American government's use of violence domestically and abroad. Newsom also said nobody's talking about ambushing police officers, but rather about protecting lives. It says Newsom incessantly asked McCollum if she supported the Second Amendment. She stalled on a question. The law. As law and crime has explained far too many times already, treason, the only crime contained within the U.S. Constitution, is defined in Article 3, Section 3, and is defined as the following. Treason against the United States shall consist only of levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless on a testimony of two witnesses to the same act or on confession in open court. And that's what they did to Yahweh Shai, man. They had a whole bunch of fake, false witnesses that came up against them, man. Matter of fact, let me get that, man. Let me get that. This is St. Matthew chapter 26, verse 60. It says, but found none. Yea, Slakia. It says, I'll start at 59. This is St. Matthew 26 and 59. Now the chief priests and elders and all the council sought false witnesses against Yahushua to put him to death, but found none. Yea, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At last came two false witnesses and said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of the Most High and build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said unto him, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witnesses against thee? And it says, but Yahushua held his peace. And the high priest answered and said unto him, I advise you thee by the living God, that thou tell us whether thou be the Hamashiach, the Son of the Heavenly Father. Yahushua said unto them, thou hast said. Nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand power and coming in the clouds of heaven, man. So just like what happened to Yahushua, hey, that's going to happen to us, man. It's nothing for them to hire out some false witnesses or some false brother that was roaming amongst us, man. That say, oh yeah, we committed treason. We were committing treason, man. And they got it written. They got it written in their laws. You see, they got it written in their laws, man. They're what they're doing is they're building precedents. Esau does this when he's about to do something. He always builds precedents, even in their law. That's why they have a Supreme Court. They go back to previous cases that had to do with the current case at hand, and then they look at that law and they so-called judge accordingly to those previous cases, man. Which creating precedents, man. Okay, you got what do they call it? You got the Project Megiddo was a report researched and written by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation under Director Louis Freeh. It says released on October 20th, 1999. The report named followers of white supremacy, Christian identity, the militia movement, black Hebrew Israelites, and apocalyptic cults as potential terrorists who might become violent in reaction to the new millennium, man. And they came up with that. All right, they claiming that we're going to be violent or something like that. And also all they got to do is claim, just like they had that whole situation with that dude that shot up that Jewish neighborhood, and him and his woman. They try to put him with the Israelites, man, claiming that he was a black Hebrew Israelite, which we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We're just the Hebrew Israelites. We're the Israelites, man. But this is showing you that this devil is trying and will use what's happening to grab some of us up, and some of us will be in prison, man. That's just part of it. That's part of the prophecy, man. Revelation 2, and this is Revelation 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. Right? Because Yahweh Shah is going to deliver us either way, man. Whether we get, we be martyred on his side, or whether he uses an angel or a brother to with spiritual powers to release us, or just release us, period, man. There's going to come a time that our faith is going to be tested that much, man. And we got to realize what we're a part of, man. This devil, he really is trying to set precedents to get us up out of here, man. This is St. Matthew's chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And we're living in that time now, and it's going to get even more hype. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. And this is the gospel of the kingdom this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, Salakia, for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And that's where we're at. We're at that point now. Because this word has gone across the four corners of the globe, man. Via that YouTube, man, that internet. In the words of the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, man. And the brothers on down that preach this word, man. This man is setting precedents to take us up out of here, man. And Trump's going to use, not just Trump, but all of these world leaders and these super elite, they're going to use these incidents, that's what they're doing, to come against us, man. But when they come against us, the Lord's going to lift up a standard, So I just wanted to bring this out, man. And I hope brothers will edify us with that. Hey, shalom, and on to the next.